So here we are, and Sudipta is joining. So in level one, it was a fundamental training, regarding fundamental, like how to begin with each and every app and how to go about the basics of the app. This is the advanced training, right? We are going to have 6 apps from level one with add-on features and another 6 new apps which weren't covered in level one. We are going to have new apps like Maps, like Google Maps, Scholar, Books, Earth, etc., which we never covered in level one, and we are going to have it in level two, right? Apart from Google Sites, Docs, slides, everything, sheets that we had in level one, Gmail that we had in level one, but with addition to more features. All right. So I am going to start with, this sharing this slide deck with you. This slide deck will talk about, you must have gone through it. I had already linked it in the classroom. So this slide deck talks about practicing scenarios. So as in level one, in level two also, Teacher Center, you are going to practice for MCQs from Teacher Center website for Google. Units, there are 11 to 13 units. You will go to all the 13 units, and if you really want to um, upgrade yourselves and you really want to appear for level 2 faster, then I would recommend that you start going through level 2 very quick. Start the units very quick, start the MCQs, right? And this is going to be level 2, wherein you will demonstrate not only your familiarity but also your proficiency with the advanced technology integration skills of level 2 certification, right? Now here, the steps, as I said, are: go to Teacher Center, practice the MCQs, scenarios I will practice with you. Register for the exam online, and the end of the session. See, I have been conducting many sessions now, and I have come to understand that when I explain the process of registration and everything in the beginning itself, what happens is that by the end of the session, by the end of the training module, I really have to do it all over again, right? Because sometimes you miss out on those in the beginning and things like that. So when in the the day I end the training module, definitely I will come back to how to register. Though you all are level 1 cleared, many of you are level 1 cleared, you must be knowing the process to register, but we will still do it. Okay, this is the skill checklist. Now remember, Google Groups, Google Chat, Meet, add-ons, drawings, they are not tested in scenarios, but they are very important for checklist. Keep also, for that matter, keep also, it is not tested in the scenarios, but it might get tested in your MCQs. So we are going to cover everything. I'm going to cover explicitly Gmail, calendar, doc, slide, sheets, forms, classroom, sites, and then groups, blogger, YouTube, books, scholar, search, and map. The rest 2 3 which are remaining, we will just touch base them so that you know how to use it. Level 2 people should know how to use Google Chat, though it is not tested. They should know Translate, though it is not tested, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to start with Drive, right? What all should you know in Drive and what all should we do? Drive can be reached out. I'll start with Drive and then I'll come to Chrome, and then we will start with the main things. Drive and Chrome are not tested explicitly like level 1. All right. Here in this Drive, we are going to be tested on how to enter the drive or how to access the drive and how to bring out the material from the drive, right? So I'll just give you one the briefs of the drive, because that has already been covered in level 1 for all of you. So let's do it with drive. How to go the drive, I'm going to start with the hands-on thing for drive. So when you reach at this these 9 dots which I call, and you are also going to call it the same for the reference, that we all remember everything clearly. All right. For the reference, I'm going to call this a waffle. It's an app launcher. Even this is an app launcher. This is also called an app launcher. When we write here, for example, I write drive.google.com. Even this is an app launcher, and these 9 dots, this place is also known as app launcher. You can enter your drive through this icon of drive from inside the app launcher. You can write drive.google.com to reach it, right? And remember that whenever we access the drive, we are going to access the drive of the email ID that we are logged in with, the Google account that we are logged in with. तो कभी कभी आपको ऐसा लगता है कि see, the things are not working, or my Google Drive is not opening, I'm not able to go to my particular Google Drive. When you are not logged in with that account, here you see that this little person here, this is the place wherein you are going to get logged in, right? These are the different profiles, and these profiles will show which profile you are logged in with, which email account you are logged in with. If you haven't made your profiles, you can make them. It is very convenient for you to separate your work. All right. So this little person here, it will show you which account you are logged in with, and the drive of the same account is going to open before you. You see this? This is my drive. Now let's see here. With this plus sign, you can make a new folder. You can make folders inside the folders. You can upload a file from your computer. If I click on this upload, what I'm going to get here is my system is going to open up, and there are going to be multiple files here. If you want to bring any file from your computer into your drive, you can do that. Just click on any of the file and click on open, right? Same way, you can upload a folder as well from your computer, from your system into your drive. Okay, then you can create new documents. You can create a new blank document and or from a template, and this is going to be true of all the apps. I'm not going to go into the details of one by one since this is level 2. So I'm just taking an example of Google Docs. See this, these are all the templates. This is a bunch of templates that you can choose from to make your document. Okay, these are general, and if you have made any template for your domain, this is my domain. If you have made any template for your domain, even that is going to open up, right? So these are the templates that you can choose whichever you want, or you can just go and start a new one from here. So let's click on plus, go on Google Docs, and then click on blank document. Even when you click blank document, it is going to open up the document and you can start working right on. Another way to reach your blank document, be it document or be it any app, if you write docs.new, slides.new, it is going to open directly a new document for you. You have to remember these. These are the shortcuts. These are the things that, see, they're not going to test you on what should I write to open my document. But if they ask you that you have to open a document, and then there is a person who is monitoring all these things, right? So if you write, these are the shortcuts which will help you in making your works quicker, because this exam, this advanced training, this advanced level 2, it will have lots of questions, lots of subparts, and less time. Level 1 wasn't all that difficult, but level 2 is going to be a little difficult, so you have to manage your time as well, right? So this is how we open the documents from Drive. This place is shared with me, kind of a folder wherein all the files which somebody else has shared with me are going to be here. All right, you can do a bunch of things with these files. You can take them to your main drive, you can move them to your main drive, but remember, you cannot do anything else because these files have been created by somebody else. You are not going to do anything else with these files since they have been created, and if the owner of the file deletes the file, then you do not have any kind of ownership of the file. If they delete it, it will get deleted from your folder as well. Recent files are the files which I have worked on recently, and they are there for quick reference, just for quick reference, so that I do not have to go and search for them. Starred are the important files. If you star a file, how do we star a file? If I go here, I right click on that, I can rename it, I can move it, I can add to start. So if I add to start this file and I go to start, and you will see the file is here. These are all level 1 things. Again, as I'm saying, I'm just going to revise it, not go through it very deeply. Now here you see this is trash, right? Trash means uh, a place where all the items that you have deleted are going to be for 30 days, and if you do not delete them manually, they are going to be deleted after 30 days automatically on its own. And storage, free tools are going to give you a storage of 15 GB, right? And if it is a paid one, then it goes to 100 GB also, 30 GB also. It's not very expensive. If you want to pay for it, it is 132 rupees per month. It's not all that expensive. Another thing that we can work in Drive with is this place, this view. This is list view and this is grid view. So when we list it, the items or the files, etc., are going to be, this is the grid view. They are going to placed next to each other, not clustered, actually next to each other, and they are going to be placed in the form of small squares or something. Very neatly they are placed. Okay, and if I click on this, then it forms a list for me, just stacked right below each other, right? So these are the two views. You can quickly access them. This is the gear, the setting gear. All right, if I click on settings from this, what you can do from here is you can view the items, the details of the storage, what kind of storage you are left with, which items are taking a lot of storage of you. You can go and delete them, right? And this is very important. If there is a Word file that you want to upload to your Drive, and it is not in the Google Docs format, it is a Word file or some other format, you have to click this on, so that automatically any file which is not a Google file, when it gets uploaded in Google format. You do not have to make any changes there. And this is offline. This is language. You can turn the language on and off. You can turn any language that you want, right? You can add the language also. Your preferred language is United States English. You can have a Malayalam. You can have any other language that you want from here. Also, this is offline or online thing. So you can access, you can open, you can edit all the file, all the Google documents, all the Google files, etc. Whether when you are working offline also. So if you click it on or off, the settings are going to be enabled or disabled with this click. And density, like you want it comfortable or cozy, compact, how the layout of the drive is going to be is decided by density. If it is comfortable, right now I'm working with comfortable, and if it is compact, you see the things are going to differ. And you have to click on done after doing all the changes. All right, and the changes are going to be reflected in your Drive. All of them are going to get reflected in your Drive. How your Drive is going to look, how you are going to change the settings, etc., etc., etc. And also, just a moment. Also, when you're working with, this is admin console, this is for IT admins. If I am, because for example, this is my domain and I am the owner of the domain. So if I enter admin console, I'll be able to make changes in my domain. For example, how many, who all are allowed to download the third-party apps, who all are going to be given the access to the classroom, can the students be added directly, what all permissions are required. All this is decided by admin console. And then you can get Drive for your desktop. You can work from your desktop with the Drive. And these are the keyboard shortcuts for working. You should, have a little idea of how to work with these keyboard shortcuts. Okay, you can, for example, if I want to upload a file, every time I do not have to go on this plus upload, I can just click on Shift plus U and my upload will start, right? I just have to go back and then I have to click on Shift plus U, and see, my upload starts automatically. See, I never placed my mouse anywhere. I just clicked on Shift plus U and the uploading starts. It is going to open up my computer for uploading files from my computer. But I'm more of a mouse kind of a person. I like the clicks of mouse. I do not like keyboard shortcuts much. So, but you can go, and this is going to make your life much easier, save you time. So if you can go on, try all these shortcuts. These were a few things that were new in Drive. And as I am here, I'll tell you something about Chrome also, right? So this is the Chrome Omnibox. Omnibar or Omnibox, both of the things, where you write your search options, where you write your search keywords to search for things. This is your Omnibox. This is where you start searching for. This is not a search bar anymore. All those who haven't done and who are attending level 2, for you also, this is known as Omnibox. This is Chrome toolbar. All this is known as the Chrome toolbar, where all your apps and extensions are going to get installed. This bar is known as your bookmark bar, where all the bookmarks are stored. All right. And what you are going to be tested from Chrome this time is you have to find an app and or an extension and mail that extension to the person. So where are you going to find that extension from? From this chiclet, from this colorful, colorful waffle that you see here, a chiclet kind of a thing. As I said, it reminds me of the small chewing gums that you used to have, and that is why it reminds me of all those things. I call it that. So you have to click on apps. It will open up all these things before you. These are all the applications. These are, see guys, these are the applications. Okay, these are not the extensions. Extensions are installed here, and applications are here. Doc Slides, YouTube web page, Doc Hub, these are all applications. So I click on that, and then I click on Chrome Web Store. I click on Chrome Web Store, and it is going to open up a search bar, a small search bar. You can look for extensions. For example, let me look for an extension for, say, screen recorder. Okay, I click on screen recorder. I write screen recorder. I click on screen recorder. These are the most popular ones. The ones which open before you are the ones which have been downloaded the maximum, which have been installed the maximum. But if you want to see more, you feel that I have already worked with them and they are not really good, you can go to more extensions. And if they have more extensions, they will show up to you. You can choose any one of them. For example, this is my favorite, Nimbus. I really love this. So if I click on Nimbus, it will open up before me. I want to install it on my drive. Right? I click on Add to Chrome, and it is going to check whether it can add. I click on Add Extension, and it is going to add an extension. The extension is visible from this puzzle piece, from this tilted tree. This black puzzle piece, this tilted tree, all your extensions are going to be here. And these pins are to tab it on the toolbar. This is known as Chrome toolbar. This is known as the bookmark bar, okay? Where all these bookmarks are, where Gmail, YouTube, etc. are found. These are bookmarks, and this is known as Chrome toolbar. So some error has occurred. Let's not go into that. All right, all your extensions are going to be here. If you click on this pin, you will be able to install this pin on your Chrome toolbar. The extension is going to be visible here, and if you unpin it, the extension is going to be inside the puzzle piece. You can go and pull it out, but it is easier when you see it on the screen. It's easier to access. The access becomes easier, right? And now, for example, this is the one which I want to mail. I go to this address bar, this Omni bar. The address is here. The address, the URL of this extension is here. I'm going to Control C. Control C means I'm going to copy this address, copy this URL, Control C, go to my mail. The mail will open up. I go to Gmail. It will open up the mail before me. I then click on Compose, which is going to compose a new email for me. I click on Compose, and when it opens this composed message window, I click on this link. Okay, this is for attachment. This icon is for attaching files from your computer, and this is inserting link from outside. Okay, URLs. This is for URL, the web address. So I go here in this bar, I place or I paste the URL. If you want, you can make this also appear. The text to display can be, please check the link for screen recorder. Now this place will use your address bar, that is the link for the URL, and this you can catch the attention of the person you are sending to by making them to display the text, and it looks neat also, right? If you want, you can test this link, you can mail this address also, you can directly do that from here, right? Link to an email, you can test this link also, but I don't want to right now, so I click on OK, and you see you just have to type the name of the person to whom you are sending. You have to write the subject and you are good to go. Right? So this is, clicking on this will take you to this link. If I click on this, it will show you the link for Nimbus. And this is going to be tested. All right. This part is going to be tested from Chrome. I'm not going to go again. As I said, I'm not going to go into the details of, you have already done this. You have already done bookmarks and everything. This is from where you see the bookmark bar, bookmarks and all the bookmark. You want to bookmark this tab and all. This we have already done. This is nothing more than this is going to be covered in Chrome for level 2. So this is all that you are going to get in MCQs of Drive. Or scenario again from Drive is not tested in level 2. No scenario is tested, only MCQ is tested. So MCQs of Drive and MCQ of Chrome plus one scenario wherein you will have to send the link of the extension. So whichever extension they give you in exam, you are ditto going to copy that extension, ditto going to copy that link and send it in your email. Nothing more, nothing less. Don't get fancy with your efforts. All right. Don't get over enthusiastic with your efforts. Because now I tell you, more than people, it is robotic check of your papers. There is an automatic check of your paper. No, there aren't many people sitting checking them. So if it is a person, they can still make out ke yahan galat ho gaya, ye theek tha, thoda sa. If it is a robot or if it is a mechanic check, mind you, you have to be very, very careful about what steps you are taking. Again, I say, don't get fancy. Just pick, copy, paste, and do to the T, to the letter, whatever they are asking you to do. Nothing more, nothing less. Now here I am. I am done with Drive and I am done with Chrome. If you have any doubts, please come on, ask. Yes, Karthik.
Hello, ma'am. Actually, in my laptop, 97% storage full is there. How can I delete unwanted files?
See, there are two things in laptop, ma'am. One is your computer storage, drive, C drive, D drive, E drive, A drive, B drives, those
OneDrive.
storage. OneDrive is Microsoft. That's not Google.
Okay.
Right? But you go inside your drive and delete the files that you do not want. Very simple. Like we went in Drive, in here also in Drive, we can go to Drive and delete. For example, this is my Drive. I want to delete one file. I can go to any file for that matter. For example, this is the file I want to delete. I right click on it and I click on remove. The file is deleted. All right. And
In the computer, if it comes, it is under OneDrive or what drive, or it is in Google Drive or what. Actually, I'm getting in Gmail itself. It is 97% storage full. Gmail.
that means your drive is full. Your Google Drive is full. So you have to delete the files from your drive.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Najik, you talked about something related to a template for domain. So that would be possible. Like it's like I created template which I don't have to recreate again and I save it.
Yes. Yes.
Simple
Absolutely.
like Google Slides.
Simple like slides.
Okay.
You, for example, as English teachers, now we are going to have project work a lot, ma'am, in the second, right? So what we are going to do is, what I have planned is, in my domain I am going to create a template which is going to be here, because the CBSE things are going to be here. For example, the template of the MCQ, the template of the question paper, the template of project also. I will give the template to the children, that this is where your name is going to come, this is where you are going to input your things, this is how you are going to submit your things to me. So I designed that template and I can share it with in my domain also, and I can share it through my domain to all the teachers, so that they do not have to
Uniformity.
pass, yeah, for uniformity. And that will save them time to
Sure.
keep on doing that all over again. Anything else from here? I think this was pretty simple, plain. As we said, we are all level 1 clearers, so not much is tested from here. The next thing you're going to be, can I start with the next tab, please?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So let's go on with Drive, Nimbus. Let me close this. Okay, the next thing we are going to do is Gmail. All right. Now, Gmail is a very, very interesting, a lot of interesting things are tested in second level from Gmail. As you can see here, this is the main menu. All these categories are here. And this is setting. Okay. Maximum things that you are going to get in level 2 are going to be from this gear, from this setting. Okay. So what I do is I click on this gear and I enter all my settings. Before doing that, let's quickly see what all this is about. This is about density, how I want my mails to look. Are they going to be far apart? Are they going to be, see how this changes, how the things change when I click on default, and you see the mails that I have received, the extensions, etc., that I have had, the attachments in the mails are visible. If I click on comfortable, the attachments are not visible. If I click on compact, it gets really thin, right? So this is how uh, the layout of the mail is. These are the themes. You can click on any theme, whichever you like. For example, you want to have this theme as the background or this one as the background, you can do that. And you can also create a 3-man ad. All right, you can create your own theme and get it added here the way you want. Default, and this is inbox type, which we are just going to do, and this is reading pane. So all this is going to be inside the settings, which we will do. Right from here we can do the density, and we will do the theme. Next is entering the settings and seeing the settings. So I enter the settings, and this time you are going to be tested on advanced settings, all of them. Right now, this is auto advance. Auto advance means that I am going to navigate through all my mails with a single click, not having to come back to my mails ever, one by one. Like I open one mail. Please put yourself on mute. Shifa ma'am, please put yourself on mute. All right. So in this settings, you're going to be tested on advanced, as I said, auto advanced. Now, when you get your test mail with the mail ID and the password with which you have to attempt your exam, all this is going to be disabled. Okay, this will all show you disabled. So the first thing you have to do is, in advance, enable all of them. Enable all 4 options. Only then you will be able to move with the next settings. And with this enabling, do not forget to click on save changes. If you do not click on save changes, you might wonder about, कर दिया था मैंने, तो सारा काम कर दिया, टेम्पलेट भी बना दिया, टेम्पलेट दिख भी रहा है, तो जा क्यों नहीं रहा है? The template is not working. The template might not work, or the advanced settings might not work, the shortcuts might not work, because आपने enable तो कर दिया लेकिन save changes नहीं करे. So it is very, very important for you to enable and then click on save changes. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. All right. Now here, first is auto advance. Now when we click on auto advance, as I was telling, auto advance means that you are going to navigate to the mails in one go. All right, you do not have to search one mail, then come back to the inbox, then go to another mail to search, then come back to the inbox. That is not how it works. Like I show you here. For example, I search for my conversations with this. Okay, I enter one, and then I can click on next, I can click on next, I can click on next to enter my mails. All these mails that are here, I just have to go and enter next, and all my mails are going to show up. Right now it is not working.
I think so you've not saved it.
No, I did save it, ma'am.
I think so.
Here it is. You see, it's working. Okay, see, I search for all the mails from Narjeet. Okay, all these mails are from here. I usually, what happens is, if I enter this mail, I check this mail, I have to go back and then again check the next mail. But with this option, with this setting, what I do is, you see here, uh, these on older ones and newer ones, greater than, less than sign. What we do is, I click on this, I go on the next mail, next mail, next mail, next mail, next mail. Right from inside my mail, I do not have to come back and try opening the mails. All the mails from this particular person are going to open one by one, and then you can decide what you want to do. For example, this mail, I don't feel this is very important, you delete it from here. Now this mail you seem is very important, you can move to the inbox from here, right? This mail you feel is uh, very, very, yeah, this is not really important, you can delete from here, or you can mark as unread. For example, right now I do not have time to open this extension, open this attachment and see what is there in the attachment. लेकिन मेरी मेल खुल गई है तो वो रेड मेल में चली जाएगी. Just because I have opened it, it is going to show as read, not unread, right? But मेरे पास अभी time नहीं है कि मैं attachment. So what I can do is, I can go here and mark as unread. And you see this, again it is going to be marked as unread. आपको highlight होके मिलेगी जो आपने नहीं पढ़ी है. See, I have opened it. Right now it is opened, है ना? Right now you see this is not highlighted because I have already opened and read it. But if I go here and I mark as unread, you see again it is going to show me as highlighted one, because I know that right now I do not have the time to go through all the details. Sometimes it happens when we are collecting forms and when we are collecting question papers or answer sheets from children also, कि हम लोग को एक बच्चे का रह जाता है, पता नहीं चलता कौन सा है. तो आपको अगर ऐसा लगता है तो go and unread it. It's going to be marked as unread. You can also snooze it. For example, this is the person I don't want to read all the mails from. I can snooze them. I will read this mail later this week, or I can this weekend or next week. So it's not important. Snooze until tomorrow. So it's not going to show on my mail, right? So you can snooze it also. You can do a lot of things with these things. You can add to tasks as well. For example, this is my task. If I go here, I know this is my task to read and add it. I add it to my task, and it is going to be loaded on this one, and my task is going to be appearing. तो आपको अपने आप वो सारी details, जैसे ही आप add task करते हैं, you can add a task, you can give it a title, say read it later, whatever. Okay, the details are here. The date and time, if you want to mention, you can mention. You are going to do it. आपको कब रिमाइंडर मिले? 19 तारीख को, 20 तारीख को कब रिमाइंडर चाहिए कि आपने ये पढ़ना है, जरूरी है, तो आपको 20 तारीख का. And if you want, you can repeat it that every day once, so you should get a reminder, right? You should get a reminder like this, and you can mark it as complete or incomplete. But when you add it to your task, it gives you a reminder that there is a mail that you have to work on. Please open it. So any mail that you open, any mail, you can do any mail you can add to task, right? So read it later, and like this, our task is added. This is by rhyme, deleting, copying reminders. This task has been added. see here. If you keep on with the keep also, you can add this task. You can take a note of this also here as well, right? Read it tomorrow by all means. तो आपको क्या मिलेगा, अभी तो मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है मेल खोल के देखने का, लेकिन मैंने उसको अपने कीप में या टास्क में डाल दिया है, तो मेरे को उसका रिमाइंडर जरूर मिल जाएगा. एंड आई क्लिक ऑन डन, right? So whenever it is time for me to read it, if I open it, it will show it in my keep. मोबाइल पे अगर आपका ऐप डाउनलोडेड है तो वहां पर आपको रिमाइंडर मिल जाएगा कि टुडे यू हैव टू रीड दिस, टुडे you have to do this, and you can pin this also. Very, very important, right? So right from inside your Gmail, you can access your calendar, your keep, your task, which is very important. Okay, now the next setting that we are going to work on inside our settings is in advanced is templates. You are going to be tested on this. Okay, you are going to be very strictly tested on templates. To create a template, attach a template, and mail the template. Now, what are templates? Templates are frequent messages that save you time. If I create one template, for example, there is one email I have to send to all my parents, I have to send to my staff, different mail, I have to send one email to all my children. So it is not a very good practice that I keep on copying the mail, then pasting it in another, composing and pasting it when I'm composing another mail. It's not a very good practice. So what we do is we create templates. Okay, same, I use this template when I was creating my GEG invitations. One template I had created for my GEG that I am doing this and this, and I attached that template to every person that I was sending. I might have sent it to 100 people, but because my body of the mail was ready, it was very convenient for me to, once I had created, तो मेरे को बार बार कॉपी पेस्ट नहीं करना पड़ रहा था, बार सिर्फ टेम्पलेट आपने अटैच करना है. Right? How do we do that? I click on compose and then I write the name of the person to whom I am sending. Say this is the person. Okay, I write the subject. Remember that whatever you are writing as the subject, okay, is going to be treated as the name of the template. ये जो आपने डेमो नाम लिखा है ना, ये इस टेम्पलेट का नाम बनेगा. Now how to create template? I go on these 3 dots, the snowman, which means more options. I click on this dots and you will see template, right? I come here and I click on templates. You want to insert a template? Let's write for something first and then we can insert. So let's write, I am working now. Please call me later. Simple. Just write. Right? I click on this, I click on template, and now I want to create this draft as a template, save as new template. Now this training was one of my templates which I had used when I was sending my training modules to people, right? If I want to create a new demo template, I have to click on save draft as template and then I click on save as new template. As I told you, the subject of the mail is taken as the default name of the template. If you want, you can change here. Say, for example, I want to say demo for GCE level 2. If you want, you can change and then you click on save. Right? Now, one thing you have to remember is whenever you are creating templates, okay, whenever you are creating templates, whenever before saving, आप उसमें से signature हटा दीजिए, because the signature gets automatically attached when you are sending. So if you include that signature in template, it is going to go twice. You will have to delete it every time. So it's a good practice, though it is not going to be tested in exam. You're just going to be plain given a template. It is not going to be tested, but I'm telling you, whenever you are creating a template, आप उसमें से अपना signature default delete कर दीजिए उसको सेव करने से पहले. Why? Because when you are sending the mail, template or no template, your signature definitely will be added later also, right? So now you see, this was the template we had created, demo for GCE level 2, and if I do it, it is going to be attached, right? Now let's write a compose a letter or an email to somebody else, and let's see, I want to send the same email to another person. So what I do is I click on this more options, I click on templates, I click on insert template. Which one? Train demo, the one which we had created a moment back. I click on this, and you see the text is inserted. You do not have to write the text all over again. This is how we create templates. You can delete a template also if you want. Both of them, you can delete one of the templates. You can save new templates from here. You can overwrite the template also. Okay, for example, this was the template I wanted, and now I want a little change in this template. Please call me later, and if possible, I will call you on my own. I have made changes in this template. So what I can do is I go to this more options, templates, save draft as templates. Which one do I want to override? I want to override this one, demo, right? And save. And now if I attach a template, see, now if I want to attach a template, the new template has been added. It was overwritten and it is added. You are going to be tested on this. Okay, you can insert your signatures later. This is not going to be tested, but I'm just telling you. Okay, I'm just telling you that when I said that don't insert a signature, what you have to do is click on this and click on no signature. And if you want to manage signatures, you can go here in manage signatures. You can create a new signature, whichever you want to insert, right? Just hold on. So just create, whenever you are making a template, click on no signatures so that no signature is going to be added there. This option is to turn the confidentiality mode on, right? That is your Gmail. This is again not going to be tested, but I'm just going through all these icons so that you know how to create a good mail, etiquettes of the mail. Now here you can make your emails disappear. Okay, it expires in 1 day. You can have a password or a no SMS password for the same. Now what happens with this is the person is going to have the mail with him, but the person, ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने इसको expire करा तो उनके वहां से उड़ जाएगा, उनके inbox से उड़ जाएगा. No, the person to whom you have forwarded to will not be able to forward, copy, print or download this mail ever again. Try this and see this. It's a very good option. It's a very, very good option to use. It's a very smart option to use. So if you are writing a mail, so let me not give you an example. You can try it on your own. But if you want to give this confidentiality mode on, you can keep it on for your mails. And you can also give them that when do you want this mail to expire, in a day or some, tomorrow, in a week. It will go get you all the dates. Okay. If your recipient does not use Gmail, they will get an SMS password. No need to go into these details, but try this mode. It saves a lot of hassle for email users, Gmail users.
This was from the lock sign?
Yes, ma'am. This was from the
fine,
lock sign.
fine.
Yeah. This is inserting your photo, inserting files using Drive. This is inserting emojis. You can insert emojis from here as well. This is inserting links, and this is inserting your files. This is formatting options. You can go on and do a lot of formatting options from here. These are the formatting options. Making it large, if you want to, you have to, for the formatting options, you have to select the material, and then you can make it huge, you can make it large, you can change. This is my favorite. When I'm sending an email, Georgia is my favorite, and it looks very beautiful. It looks very professional. I never use these. I use Georgia always. It really looks professional. You can also make it bold or italic the way you want, and make it in the center, right? There are so many options of formatting also you can use here. Just undo all the formatting, strike through, okay, make in quotes. All these options can be tried. I am sure you mustn't have tried ever these options, but they are very cool options. When you are creating an email, it gives you a lot of options to try them. And then for sending also, there are options to schedule send. Schedule send means right now, for example, you know that your school is going to reopen tomorrow at 8, but you might not be present then to write. You might be busy at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. You might not be able to write the mail then, but you want the school to receive it at 8. So what you can do is you can schedule it, that right now मैं अभी शाम को लिख रही हूँ, but tomorrow Wednesday at 7-9 p.m. or say 8 a.m. the school should receive. You can schedule this send. The send schedule for tomorrow, you can see the message, you can see that it is going to be sent tomorrow. Right now it is in your inbox. जब तक आपके inbox में है, you can undo it, you can cancel it, but after it is scheduled, you cannot go back and change it. It's going to be sent. Okay, till it is in your inbox, you can do a lot of things, but once it is sent, you won't be able to see it again. All right, there was one other thing I wanted to tell you in the settings, and that was in advanced templates and then custom keyboards. Okay, you can see the keyboard shortcuts with your shift plus question mark key. Shift plus question mark, it opens up all these shortcuts for you. These shortcuts just make navigation smart and easy for you all. That's all that these shortcuts do. Very smart and very easy. You can see how shift plus escapes will open a new window. You control plus enter is going to send your mail. Shift plus enter is going to send open the mail on a new line. Control plus Z is for undo. Control plus Y is for redo. Control plus Z is for something else. O is for something else. I is for something else, and so on and so forth. You can do that. Also, when you have enabled this, if you go to custom keyboard shortcuts, you will see that these are the shortcuts. You can create your own shortcuts also, but I don't recommend that because बहुत ज़्यादा काम ये करते नहीं हैं. Okay, it's very hard for them to work, so it's better that you go and shift plus question mark के साथ you can. Okay, with shift plus question mark, it will open up the shortcuts. You can use these shortcuts to make navigation easier and quicker for you. All right, then okay, one more thing that you are going to be tested on is, now this you are not going to be tested on, but I'll tell you what is this unread message icon. आप देखते हैं ये enable होगा ना, तो here you see when you open this tab in the header of this tab header of Gmail, you will get this 20 plus दिख रहा है अगर आपको तो. Okay, it's not working. If you can see this on my screen, in this mail tab, you get 20 plus. You're getting 20 plus. 20 plus is for what? This 20 plus, okay. Rest everything is, this 20 plus shows that I have these many unread messages in my inbox. So whenever I open the mail of my domain, it will show me that you have these many or more than these mails to be read and checked. Okay. Another thing that you are going to be tested on is in the general tab. Now, undo send. The period for sending people is 5 seconds. That means that within 5 seconds, your mail is going to be sent. Okay, you cannot undo. But if I change it to 30 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, that means this is the time that the traveling of the mail is going to take, or the cancellation, I might say. This is the time that you will get to cancel your mail. Usually, by default, it is only 5 seconds. 5 seconds में आपका mail चला जाता है. But if you want to rethink about your mail, कभी कभी हम लोग गुस्से में भी लिख देते हैं ना, and send, and within and then you realize that, oh, that line shouldn't have been written, but 5 seconds में चला गया, तो you won't be able to undo it, but you have a cancellation period of 30 seconds. So if I go on compose and if I write a mail to somebody and right, I do this, I write a mail and I click on send. So it is sending. It will take 30 seconds. This message, नहीं तो अभी तक 5 seconds में ये चला जाता. But I'm going to wait for 30 seconds, and if I realize that there was some mistake, I can click on undo, and it is going to open up my message again, my mail again. I can make changes if I want in the mail, right? It is going to give me more time to decide for my cancellation. This setting you will get in general under undo set. One more setting is here, which is very very beautiful setting, I will say. Number of stars that you can mark, or 4 stars, 5 stars, all stars. You can mark the number of stars that you can. Okay, let me click on save changes. Otherwise it is, again I'm saying, guys, whatever change you make, you have to click on save changes. Okay, now this is the star. It is not star. I can mark it yellow, I can mark it orange, I can mark it red. You keep on, see, you keep on clicking and it will keep on changing the color or the shape of the star, right? I do this a lot. I use this a lot in my school wala thing, that tick marks are for the staff. This purple is for my principal. This question is mark is for my parents. So I do this a lot. I mark important ones and I mark a lot of mails as important or starred. If I want to mark them, then this is how I mark them important. I use this a lot. And one last thing that you get tested on is chat. In the settings, the chat size, okay, where your chat is going to be. Okay, yeah, here in chat and meet, which side is the chat going to be? Right side of the inbox or left side of the inbox? If I click on left side or click on right side, this is the left side where the chat usually is, but I probably do it on the right side of the inbox, right? Why? Because it gives me another window open for my chat, a huge window open. So I can start with Google Chat with anybody that I want. I can open the chat. I can start with the history, and remember, whatever is you write in the chat is noted in the history. History is not erased. तो ध्यान से chat करिए जिसके साथ भी आपने करना है. You can add another chat. You can create a room. You can create, you can send a message request. You can start a group conversation also, right? You can make a Google group and start conversation with everybody right from inside your mail. For example, it's not opening up because this is not a group. It's also not part of the group, but you can start your group conversation or you can start your chat. You can create a room of people. Room name, say friends. Okay, you can enter an email address or the name of the person in that. Start adding and you are done. So whenever you are starting a chat, that room will open up for all 2-3 friends that you want to chat with. This is how we create a room for our chat. You can give it an icon also. You can give it a logo also. Or more logos you want, you can go and change this logo. You can choose emoji, you can clear emoji, you can allow people outside your organization also to join, so on and so forth. This is external, see, this external, then I am going to go for this external. These are my friends. I create a room and I click on create. It is creating a room for chat for us. So if I click on chat now, you see there are 2 members. There are 2 members. You can add people and I can start my thread. Hi. And people, while chatting, you can open your video meeting also. You can create a new document. You can pull files from your drive. You can upload a file. You can add an emoji. You can here schedule a calendar event, all while talking to a person here. You can see the files that were sent. This is very professional, huh? This is very professional. You can have your teachers also on chat. Like yesterday, there was somebody discussing about, in my school, कि मैम बहुत सारा डेटा हो जाता है, मिलता ही नहीं है किसने क्या भेजा. So this is one place where you can add a chat. You will see all the files and all the tasks that have been scheduled. This is a very beautiful option. Not many people use it, but this is a very efficient option for school professionals. They can create and chat for a room. They can browse the room also. If you are given a name, for example, I tell that my group name is friends. Okay, this room does not exist, or you can create a room with the same. You can show the invites and everything. ये सब टेस्ट नहीं होता है. All this is not tested, but I'm just telling you that keep trying. Do try. These are beautiful options which are very, very important for the teachers to know and learn. All right. Now, this is all that you are going to be tested from Gmail. First is in general. You are going to be tested on change 5 seconds to 30 seconds. Don't forget to click on save changes. Then in advance, you are going to be tested on enable all these. Just have to disable or enable. Don't forget to click on save changes. You are going to be tested on making a template. You have to first create a template. Okay. आप यहाँ पर सीधा जाके देखेंगे templates में मिल नहीं रहा कहाँ गया. No, you have to create a template first. So what are they going to tell you is that go to this drive, pick out that mail, and then create a template. No need to add even a single full stop to that template. Just copy paste it here, and to whomsoever you want to send, you can send to this person. Create a template, name it subject. By default, subject is the name of the name of the template. You can change it. Go here, templates, save draft as template, save as a new template, demo, save, and you are done. And then after that, when attaching it, how to attach it? I go here, I click on templates, then I go on this demo and I attach it. And then I send the mail to somebody and send. Undo, delete, whatever you want to do, you can do. This is all that you are going to be tested from Gmail. I know this was a lot of information to have, and a lot of information to grasp also. All right. Yeah. Yes, Ritima.
I just wanted to ask, maybe I missed, from where did you get that schedule sent in Compose email box? Where do we click to get that?
Schedule here. You will see a small arrow next to send.
Okay.
Click on that, and then you will get schedule send.
Great. This was really interesting. I especially like this template one, will be so helpful. We keep on sending so many common mails to school, So this
I know, leave की mail तो मेरी template में हमेशा रहती है. So it is very important.
Yes, very interesting. Thank you, Nurjit.
Pleasure. Yes, Ritu ma'am.
Yeah, what's the difference between Google Hangout and chat?
Hangout is no more used. It is chat now, and Meet now. Hangouts is old school. It is no longer used.
Google Chat is good because everything is the chat history remains. If some teacher wants to go back
and refer,
so it remains there.
It remains,
and the chat is a part of that group.
Yes, and if you create a chat room, ma'am, you know that I have created for my English department. ये सारी files, सारा chat, सब save रहता है. So it is a very impressive thing to use. Not many teachers or not many professionals use this option, but it is a very good option to use.
We keep on toggling between, Meet, and then we go to WhatsApp. WhatsApp में देख लो, फिर इस पे आ जाओ. So there's no need. You can do everything there only.
Right from inside your Gmail, you can do everything, scheduling your email.
So even a Google Meet is not required if suppose there are 3 people, जैसे sample question papers का काम हो रहा है हमारा,
हाँ.
तो अगर हमारा chat में हम इसमें ही कर दें तो everything will remain there.
Oh yes, ma'am. See, from here, if I
3
go to,
people.
absolutely, if you go and you create a room, like for example, ठीक है, आप यहीं से सारा काम स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं. एंड द बेस्ट पार्ट इज आप यहीं पर यू नो रूम्स है ना, ये रूम्स में हमने
I got it. I understand.
इसी में से आप अपना वो भी कर सकते हैं स्टार्ट. What do you call it?
Video calling.
Video calling.
है ना?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, I got it.
Right from inside.
By the way, in the Meet, the only difference is in Meet, the chat is not saved. We can't refer.
No, you can't
In
refer
the
to the chat.
In the chat, everything is saved.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Great tool.
Right?
Do we call this a tool?
This is a tool, ma'am. This is an app. This is a Google app. Google Chat is an app of Google. You are going to be tested in MCQs about this.
Done.
Right? Anything else? Abhijit sir? Take 2 minutes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All clear, sir?
Yeah, till now, okay.
Okay,
Nothing that I didn't understand. Thank you, ma'am.
Absolutely. Great. Shifa, all clear? Ritu, Jaya ma'am? Jaya ma'am is also very quiet. Jaya ma'am?
It's clear.
Clear? Good. Absolutely. I hope you are all working along. That
I
makes
am doing it
things
side by
easier.
side. I've done
Yeah.
everything side by side.
Same here. I'm trying.
Very good. They are my old students and they know how we work together. Jia ma'am, are you also trying side by side? Shifa?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, great. Absolutely. Shifa? Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. Perfect. So just take a minute and try to draft a template. Try to do something, and then we come back and I start with Scholar, Google Scholar, which is a new app for level 2. Okay, just give me 1 minute. My throat gets dry speaking throughout. Give me 1 minute, ma'am. Okay. So we are all here, and let's start with Google Scholar. So again, as all the apps of Google, you can start any app with the name of the app .google. Right? Scholar.google.com. That way also it will work. Right, here we are, Google Scholar, scholar.google.com also. And this is the window that is going to open up. You are all with me? All with me?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So this is the window that is going to open up. This is a new app, and that is why just be a little more careful. Okay, this is Scholar. Now, what all is Scholar used for? Google Scholar has been my tool for years together now. When I write my research papers, when I write my you know um, just when I write my articles, when I write my research papers, when I want to refer to a uh, particular reference material from a website, from a scientific website, from a literary website, this is a huge tool that has helped me. And I am talking about way back in 2014 when I completed my PhD. I was using this tool even then, right? This is a beautiful tool and a very, very effective tool, especially for the scholars who are actually writing papers or writing articles frequently and so on and so forth. A very useful tool for them. So when we go to Google Scholar, whatever we want to search for, we can write. But again, a tip, do not write full sentences. Do not write that like, for example, say digital technology in today's world. No need to write such a big sentence. It is going to get the scholar confused. Write what is very important. For example, I talk about digital, say, technology, or digital media, digital literacy. I click on digital literacy, and you see all these options are going to open up before me. All these are the articles. They are not websites I'm telling you, these are articles which are opening up before me. Now I can work with more articles from here. I can work with lots of options for these articles. For example, if I click on this article, digital literacy, you will see it is opening up an abstract and then the article for me. Okay. Now I can work with a lot of options. I want articles written anytime or maybe latest ones since 2021. If you see in any time, you see here how many results are there. I don't even know how to calculate this. 1590, say 1 crore 59 lakhs, something like that. These many are search things. But if I go on and I write latest ones, maybe since 2021, and you see the results have come down to 27,000 results. This is how we customize our results, maybe since 2020, or you can have your custom range also. For example, I want articles from say 2015 to 2000, between 2015 and 17. I search for that and I get all the articles that were written during this time. I can search the article by date also. If you search it by date, you will see it comes from latest dates. 3 days ago, 3 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, in descending, or I may say ascending order, it keeps on showing you the latest articles, relevance by date. Okay. And you can also filter them according to, you need patented articles. Patented means you will not be able to quote those articles without giving due credit or without permissions. Or you want to include citations. Citations we will just come to in a moment. What all are citations? Okay. So if you click them on and off, you will see the things, number of results change and everything changes here. Now, if I click on this hamburger, these 3 lines, hamburger, I can go to advanced search also. Let me find advanced search. What all is advanced search? I can make my search more precise. I can make my search more, concise, so that I am able to find out the articles which I need. So for example, I need to find articles which has these 2 words, say digital, and exact phrase as, say, digital literacy in India. This is what I want. at least one says it, at least one word say it is a school, or at least one word say again India. Without the words we can leave right now. I do not want PV digital literacy. So anywhere in the title or anywhere in the article or any in the title of the articles, if you have any specific author that you want to look for, you can look for the author. You can see the articles published in the website or date it as you want. Okay, say for example from 2015 to 2021, and let's then click on search. I did not get any article which was specific, because there wasn't any article that matched my keywords. Let's do something else. Let's go and in advanced search, let's take out this, let's take out this, and let's see what I get in Digital India. Let's search. Now I get about almost 3,000 wherein this phrase or this word has been used. You can get more specific. I'll tell you, this is not going to be tested again, but I'll tell you more. You can get more specific how. You can say, I want articles wherein it is digital plus and inverted commas you write India. That is all the articles which has the word digital. Also, the word India appears in one of the phrases there. If I click on this, and you will see there are more precise results according to this. So you can make your results according to these symbols, also according to these keywords, also according to these indicators also which are there, plus and double quote marks. All right, now this was about searching the articles, advanced search or searching the articles. Now this is your profile. You can change your profile, right, if you want. This is not a profile. You can change the profile if you want. You want a case law, you want an article, you want profile, you can go for anything. If you want that, that also is going to be available for you. Fine. This is my profile. My profile means mine. My name is this. I am this. Areas of interest. The moment you customize your profile, it will show you the articles, citations, papers according to your interests. They are writing areas of interest. Because I was writing a month back, I was writing an article on literature in the Renaissance era. Literature and technology in Renaissance era. So I just wanted to search something that had been done here, and that is why it is showing up that these are my interests, and all the articles pertaining to my interests are going to appear before me when I'm working on Google Scholar. Right, now let's go back to our okay. Here we are. Now, the few more things that you can do here is you are going to be tested on adding any search to the library, right? How you can do that? You see here, my library, star, my library. My library means that I have created a library for myself wherein I keep all the searches that are going to be useful for my, say, article that I'm writing or the paper that I'm writing. So what I do is I click on this star here. It is automatically saved to my library. So if I click on my library, you will see the options that I had marked as important are coming here. You can choose and edit it also. If you want, you can edit it also. ये सब test नहीं होगा, आप अपने आप try करिएगा. You can delete it also if you want. You can delete this option. You can download it, export to someplace else also. You can export to a CVF, or you can export to an Excel file, and you can label it. Okay, you can create labels as well. For example, I want to create a new label, say digital. All the articles that I want to add to my digital library are going to be here. I click on create, and see, this article has been created to digital. So this is my library, and this I had created two labels. One is digital. Okay. One is digital here, another was math I had created. Though this is not my subject, neither do I like it, but maybe I was creating another training session and this is what I had created then. But trust me, this is, you see, I searched also for fear of math because that is something that I'm very fearful of.
Really nice. All language teachers are.
I know. So this is something that I really, really don't like, but I might have created for another training session. So this is how you can create your labels. You just have to mark it, go here, add it to multiple labels also. You can add it the same thing to multiple labels as well. So it is all going to show up when you are watching it. You're going to show up. If you click on them, all the articles that you had marked as a part of that particular label is going to show up, right? This is my library. I go back. Oh, I go back here now. One last thing that you are going to be tested on in here. Okay. This is citation. Okay. दिस डबल कोट मार्क आपने ये गूगल डॉक्स में भी हम लोगों ने लास्ट टाइम जब हमने ट्रेनिंग करा था तो देखा था कि व्हेन वी क्रिएट साइटेशन विद दिस डबल कोट मार्क्स, इफ आई क्लिक ऑन दिस साइटेशन, then these are all the different ways of citing, creating citation from a particular when you are creating a writing a research paper ना, जब आप research paper लिखते हैं, dissertation लिखते हैं, अपने PhD के thesis लिखते हैं, you have to cite from where did you pick up this particular article. Now I like Google Scholar the best क्योंकि मुझे इसके citation create नहीं करने पड़ते, मुझे ढूंढने नहीं पड़ते. Right now I know if I'm writing in MLA style, this is the oldest style of writing articles and research papers. APA naya hai, and with APA it is APA 7 now. Not important, but I'm just sharing. APA 7 is the latest. What you have to do is you just have to click on this, copy and go and add this citation as a part of this article. If you have picked something from this article, quoted something from this article, you do not have to write any citation on your own. The citation is here for you to pick, copy and pick, and go and paste it anywhere that you want. You want Harvard, which is very old. Ab Harvard kahin nahi chalta, na Vancouver chalta hai. But APA is very, very important. MLA is very important. These are the two styles that are quoted in research papers. I recently wrote a research paper using APA. It was very appreciated. I wrote it online and it was really well received by the audience. And I had cited everything from Google Scholar. This is such a good site if you are writing research papers. या फिर आपके बच्चे ही अगर कुछ ढूंढते हैं ना, you can always guide them that these are the secure places and apps and tools where you can get this from. And another thing, a magical thing, ये भी test नहीं होगा, but let me tell you, you can see how many people cited this article. 37 people have already cited. 6 people are not very interesting. 37 people, ये खोल के हम लोग देख सकते हैं इसमें क्या ऐसा है कि 37 लोगों ने cite करा. 54, that means it is really popular. You can open and see, right? Why this is only cited by 2, not a very popular website. This is the PDF. If I click on this, it will directly take me to that article's PDF. You can cite from here. You can pick from here. A citation मैंने आपको जैसे अभी दिखाया. You can go and pick the citation from there. You just have to click on this and you can see the versions of the same thing available. सब में version नहीं आएगा, but there are a few things that there are a few articles which has versions or which has related articles. So articles related to this, you can see here also more advanced, more precise learning, or you can see the versions also. So if I'm talking about digital India, emerging challenges for the banking sector, I see it has been cited by 8 people only, not very popular, but I can see the related articles. Are there any more articles related? Because मेरे को तो banking sector में ही चाहिए जो बाकी जगह नहीं लिख रहा. But I can see if there are any more related articles. I click on related articles and I see all those articles that have been used in the economic sector or banking sector. There are more. I can go and see. आप जितना ज्यादा उसको करते जाएंगे उतने ज्यादा आपको आर्टिकल्स मिलते जाते हैं. The more you go to related articles, you can see the versions also, and also quickly, very quickly, not tested, but you can search according to the author as well. For example, ये author मुझे चाहिए था, this author, I wanted to see all the articles from this author. You will see what all articles has this author written. Okay, if you want to quote this author, you want to see who is this author, has he written more about digital locker, you can see how he has written and you can quote him on more. So you can base your search according to the author also, right? For example, Digital India challenges, maybe I go to N Jindal, what all articles has he written? He has written all these articles. Are they are they required, yes or no, whatever, and then I can move on. And one last thing, you can create alert. Okay, now what is creating alert? I'll tell you, I'll show you in my mail ID. I get so many alerts. I'll show you how to create one and how it looks like when you create an alert and when you get an article from some place. You see in the updates, I was writing an article on remote learning environment. A few days back, I was writing an article on remote learning. I wanted to publish it online. I had created an alert for that. तो आज तक मेरे को ये alerts आ रहे हैं कि a new article has been added in remote learning. Do you want to check out? Because this is your area of interest and you had added in the alert. So you want to check out these? Anytime a new something is written about remote learning during COVID, which I was writing on and I had created a alert for, the thing shows up in my mail telling me that something new has come up. See here also. Something new has come up. Do you want to try it? You can or you don't, according to. So how do we create alert? I click on create alert and it will show me what do you want to inquire in alert. Is it Digital India challenges that you're looking for? I say yes and I click on create alert. And my alert has been created. At a time, it is going to show me 10 results of the alert. Okay. Very easy. And you can update the results also if you want, that these are the results. If you want to update, if you want to, show how many, 20 results maybe. Not 10, I want 20. I want up to 10, up to 20. You can update the results according to these things. This is all about Google Scholar. Now, what are you going to be tested on Google Scholar is, they will give you one keyword, find an article on Digital India, for example, find an article on this, create a citation for that, take a MLA citation, copy and paste it in a Google document that they will give you. Simple. Paste it in your library, go to your library and put it under the label India. Simple. Find all the articles that are that have been written since 2021. Simple. The first article that appears since 2021, give the link for that article. You click on this and here is the link in the Omni bar. Control C, go and paste it in the mail wherever they want. And they want you to create an alert. Just go and click on alert and your alert will be created. This is all, this is all they are going to test in Google Scholar. But it is very important that you go through all the options of Google Scholar, because it is not about exam. It is about how you can use it for your students. And as teachers, I use it extensively, really, because the articles that you get here are not jumbled with the rest of the things on the web. You get specific scholarly and articles that have been written keeping that specific thing in mind. It is not going to be crowded. I'm telling you, the search here in Scholar is not going to be crowded like internet or like Google search. It is not going to be crowded like that. So I can go on any search, and here we are, right? Which is a now this is our HTML also. You can go and find out what is there in the video, right? Everything is here, everything. The citations are here. See, this is the citation. You have to find the article. This is the citation. You can copy the citation from here as well. You just have to go it because it is, they are all scholarly articles. And this is a very, very, very good way of referring or reference material for your articles, for your research work, for your digital papers, inking papers, and your thesis, etc. Dissertation. I wrote my dissertation, I wrote my thesis. I keep on writing articles and uploading, but this is a beautiful way of doing that. Yes, ma'am, please go ahead now.
So when it is profiles, I can create different profiles in according to different emails, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
So
yes.
if it is related to my schoolwork, that's a different library I'll keep.
Library is going to be one. Labels are going to be different.
No, profiles.
Profiles. Just hold on, ma'am. Just hold on.
So I will log into Google.
This is my
Scholar.
profile.
Yeah.
My profile.
This now, if I get into Google Scholar, that will be with the help of one Gmail. If I enter with another Gmail, then that profile is different.
Absolutely.
As it is for in general.
As it is in general.
And the library is like the bookmarks. Like
Library.
in bookmarks, we have labels. So here we'll have different for different.
Absolutely.
profiles.
This is my library so that I do not, क्योंकि मेरे को कोई article अच्छा लगा, I instantly add it to my library. I do not have to go and search it all over again, giving it a label. You know, this, add this to my digital label, add this to my math label, apply, and I am done. So I do not have to remember it, right?
So when you say copy the citation, when we did Google Docs, so citation, when we have to add it, we can copy it from there. We don't have to copy it from the Omnibox. That's what you mean.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Right?
Yes. And citations यहाँ से बहुत आसान होती हैं because they are exact. You do not have to create any citation. You know, आप bibliography भी आप वहीं से create. आप अगर इसको Google Doc पे लेके जाते हो तो bibliography भी इसके according अपने आप create कर सकते हो वहीं पर. So it is a very important tool. Very important tool.
So what is MLA, APA, Harvard?
Yeah, different.
These are the different ways of writing.
They are
citation.
different. They are different ways of. They are different ways of writing an article. If I am writing it in MLA styles, if you can say this is a different style. If it is an MLA style, then it is going to be different on the basis of where the citation will go, how will I place my article, what all styles are going to be used. Formatting styles are also different for everything, right? And how I cite my articles, how I cite my reference material is going to be different with every texting style. So if it is an MLA अभी थोड़ा सा पुराना हो गया, अभी API चलता है, API का भी नया version 7 आ गया है, तो उसमें भी आप how I am going to cite my my article or how I am going to cite my quotes are going to be in different styles. And if
So
you are writing,
automatically it changes. If I have typed something, automatically the content will take the format of APA.
Absolutely.
Right.
You see here, ma'am. You see here. देखिएगा. Okay, this we have done, right? Settings and all. वैसे आपको मैं settings दिखा दूँ एक बार और. I get very greedy when I talk with teachers. They should know everything. You can different languages also are there for you to search. If you want to search in Hindi, English, हिंदी में भी articles आपको मिल जाते हैं. ठीक है, आप ये भी सर्च कर सकते हैं. लाइब्रेरी के लिंक्स इफ यू हैव, राइट, इफ यू हैव अ हार्वर्ड लाइब्रेरी, you go and search for Harvard Library here. You will get a lot of links from Harvard Library written about the same things. You can create your own buttons also. This is not at all important, right? So just go and see this. You can install this to look up papers. You can install this.
Explore on.
Yeah. So this is one extension which is a very important extension. You can add it to your Chrome and see how it works, right? And आप मुझे citation पूछ रहे थे ना, मैम? Okay.
Yes. So the Google Scholar button takes us directly to Google Scholar. That's it. No, it's an icon.
Citation, for example, this is the citation mark. I go to this citation, and for this particular result, if I want to find something from this PDF, this is MLA style. नाम वही है, देखिए नेम किसी में नाम कैसे APA स्टाइल में पहले नाम आता है फिर ईयर आता है, MLA में ईयर सबसे बाद में आता है. So this is the different style of how I quote my site.
Okay.
Right. So that should be all for Google Scholar.
This can help us in debates when we search for content.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, we end up with useless websites, and everybody, I think so, cuts and pastes from websites, and they don't know. Those who don't know about Scholar those who know about Scholar would benefit.
They do benefit, because here you get keyword specific things. You don't get bunch of websites जहाँ पर सब कुछ लिखा जा रहा है. और आप देखिएगा debate वगैरह, when you go for searching for the material for debate and all, it is all repeated material also so many times. Here you get very specific, and many of them are government sites also. People in government writing it, or scholars writing it. So they're beautiful articles. They're really nice, and they're really worth quoting, especially for English teachers. It's a very, very good thing to know. If you're a scholar and writing articles and papers frequently, this is my best friend for doing that. Because you just have to cite कि मैंने ये कहाँ से उठाया है, and then you can you cite the quotations, you can cite the people, you can cite the material, you can do anything with this paper, and then your own ideas to be presented in that. और best चीज जो मुझे यहाँ लगती है ना, मुझे उसके जो citations और bibliography prepare नहीं करनी पड़ती. I just pick and paste and I'm done. Anything else, ma'am? Shifa? Shifa, clear. Okay, Shifa is good. Shifa, you are from a computer background. Abhijit sir? Sudeepta, where were you? MCA. So am I. I am an MCA as well, Shifa. PhD English and an MCA. Very different combinations, but I found somebody who uses my combinations like mine. Abhijit sir, all clear?
Yeah, ma'am, all clear. I was just trying out what you are showing on the screen, and I was thinking if you can just share a few scenarios with us so that we can practice after the class.
Sir, I have already pasted them in the classroom. I have already shared.
Okay, I can practice this over, no? Okay.
You practice. What I have shared is a task. Scenarios,
Right.
I will share.
Okay.
Yeah, but आप उन टास्क को भी सिनेरियोज ही समझिए. वो सिनेरियोज ऐसे ही आएंगे. बिल्कुल.
Right, ma'am.
I have
Right,
already
ma'am.
done
Right,
it. For everything that I have explained today, the tasks are already there.
Right, ma'am. I will just check.
Sure, please. Sudeepta, all clear? Sudeepta, ma'am? Chaliye, good. So, can we end the meeting on this note today? Yeah, a lot of information to practice, a lot of apps to cover. Practice them.
Yes.
And we meet day after tomorrow at 5.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Shifa. Thank you, Shifa. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, I have to stop the recording.
I
forget.
recording. I'm driving. So